Welcome to the Riskwiser Zone. I'm your host, Louie. Today, we're going to dive into the latest news from the world of finance and explore how current events are impacting the markets. We have a lot to cover, so let's get started. First off, let's take a look at the situation in New Zealand, where the housing market is experiencing a slowdown. According to recent reports, the country's housing inflation has slowed down, with prices rising by only 2.1% from a year earlier in May. This is below the expected median estimate and matches the central bank's projection for the month. Meanwhile, in the Czech Republic, inflation has also slowed down more than expected. The Consumer Price Index rose by 2.1% from a year earlier in May, which is below the 2.3% median estimate in a Bloomberg survey. The services price growth slowed down to 4.7%, but remained at levels that policymakers have called elevated. These developments are significant because they may influence the decisions of central banks regarding interest rates. In the Czech Republic, for example, the central bank has left the benchmark rate at 3.5% and says it won't react to the primary impact of higher energy costs. However, it will closely watch out for any potential spillover into other prices. It's also worth noting that the market is betting on monetary tightening in the Czech Republic, with forward rate agreements indicating expectations of around 3/4-point hikes over the next 12 months. However, some investors have pared back their bets after the latest inflation reading. As we continue to navigate these complex economic developments, it's essential to stay informed and up to date on the latest news and trends. On this show, we'll be exploring more stories like these and providing you with expert analysis and insights to help you make sense of it all. We'll be right back with more from the world of stocks and finance on the Riskwiser Zone. Welcome back to the Riskwiser Zone. We're diving into the world of finance and technology, where innovation meets investment. Today, we're looking at three distinct stories that highlight the evolving landscape of business and markets. First, let's examine the situation with Poonawalla Fincorp, where the board has approved a plan to raise capital through a rights issue. This move is aimed at strengthening the company's financial position and supporting its growth plans. It's essential for investors to understand the implications of such decisions on their holdings and the overall market dynamics. In another development, Motilal Financial Services has reported a significant increase in its consolidated net profit for the quarter ended March 2023. This growth is attributed to robust performance across various business segments, including brokerage, lending, and asset management. As we analyze this news, it's crucial to consider the broader trends in the financial services sector and how they might impact investors' portfolios. Lastly, Kuku Technologies Ltd., the company behind the vernacular audio platform Kuku FM and short video streaming app Kuku TV, has filed confidential draft papers for an initial public offering (IPO) to raise up to Rs 3,500 crore. This proposed IPO is expected to comprise a mix of fresh issue of shares and an offer for sale by existing investors, with plans to utilize the proceeds for strengthening technology and AI infrastructure, content creation, and expansion into new geographies. As we navigate this story, it's vital to remain informed about the evolving media and entertainment landscape, as well as the opportunities and challenges presented by such IPOs. Welcome back to the Riskwiser Zone. As we wrap up today's show, let's take a look at some of the latest developments in the world of finance. We have two interesting stories to share with you. Firstly, the Asian Development Bank and Standard Chartered Bank have partnered up to support Indian firms across supply chains. This partnership aims to expand access to trade and supply chain finance for businesses operating in India, with a focus on emerging and underserved segments, particularly distributor financing. This collaboration represents ADB's first engagement in this space within the market and aligns with their strategic priority to promote inclusive economic growth and financial deepening across Asia and the Pacific. In another story, the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, or FICEE, has weighed in on the current state of the economy. According to Anant Goenka, the interest rates should remain stable, and foreign portfolio investors are likely to return to the market. He also mentioned that the initial public offerings that happened last year are an indicator of investor confidence, and they've seen a good return. Hopefully, they will come back for the next stage of investments in startups. It's worth noting that these developments can have a significant impact on the economy and the markets. As always, it's essential to stay informed and adapt to the changing landscape. Whether you're an investor, a business owner, or simply someone interested in personal finance, it's crucial to be aware of the potential risks and opportunities. That's all for today's Riskwiser Zone. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, keep your finances in check.